What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great day. The weather's nice. It's getting to be springtime and things, and I'm happy because I'm happy because of this. Watch this. Yes, here we go. Because Dak Prescott is getting back out on the field and looking pretty good, still recovering from the injury. So hopefully he's going to have time to go ahead and take that injury that he's had to get that leg stronger. Not only that leg, that ankle, the foot, and everything else. So that way we're not talking about him being in a soft cast in the middle of summer. That he's going to take and have enough time to really now work on his core to really strengthen it, stretch it out, so that way he's pliable. So he's wiry. So when he'll be able to take a hit and everything else. That's what I'm hoping for. And we came across a clip because of Attack. Shout out to Attack. Attack is rolling. I think he's about to hit 30,000 subscribers, and I can't believe he hasn't gotten more than 30 already because he is the real damn deal. What he did was he brought out Jesse Holley. Now this is where I should have the clip in here of Denzel, where Denzel says, those who can do, those who can't. Talk about those who can. So can you or can you not? And clearly I cannot. That's why I'm talking about others who can't. But it's funny how Jesse Holley has a way, because he was a reality show. You know, he ended up having, I forgot what Michael Irvin's show was, but basically it was a reality show to get you a chance to try out for the Dallas Cowboys. But last year he was talking about Micah Parsons, or 2 years ago, that Micah Parsons, you know, he's selfish because he only wants to be an edge rusher. Well, he's one of the best edge rushers in football. But he should be, you know, he needs to put in the time to be a great linebacker. And this, it's like, wait a minute. Bro. I don't mean any shade, because anybody that makes it to the NFL is clearly way above average. But, bro, you couldn't be great at wide receiver. You're telling the man that he's got to be great at multiple positions? Dude has played literally 8 positions on the line, and to say that he's lazy? Oh, shit! What the hell are you talking about? Or is this a case of, I'm trying to get some publicity by riding on the coattails of trashing one of our players? Here's what was said. Here's what he said here about Dak Prescott. Okay, let's go.
This is it for me.
This is it for you. For you.
If you want to gain more favor in my eyes and want me to believe in you past the 2025-2026 season, Dak, you cannot get hurt this year. And you have to take this team to a deep playoff run. Because if you do not, there's nothing else that you can show me. There's nothing else that you're not going to get better. You're not. You don't get better in year 10. Sorry. I'm sorry. You don't get better in year 10. You know all that you know that you know. You're a 10-year vet. You done seen every cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. You done seen every robber, every rat player, every hole player. You done seen every blitz.
100% true.
Defensive coordinator after defensive coordinator throughout your time. If you do not get this team to a place that they have not been through this little drought.
30 years.
I'm out. A little drought. I am. You cannot convince me anymore.
Okay. Now can we first recognize, because you know the biggest misnomer I keep hearing is, well, Dak can't win it by himself, which is 100% true. He needs people around. That's 100% true. You don't think that Brock Purdy wasn't the same guy when Ayuk went out and when Christian McCaffrey wasn't able to run the football? How'd that team do? Was Brock Purdy, who's about to get paid, able to elevate that team without their stars? I'm asking for a friend. Was Jalen Hurts able to, before they had A.J. Brown and Saquon and the best offensive line football, was he able to elevate that team? Oh, he didn't have to elevate the team this year, did he? Not with 21 passes a game. 21 passes a game and 18 TD passes. He didn't have to, did he? See, I could go along with what Jesse Holley said if in over the last 30 years, maybe Tony Romo won a couple or somebody else, had won a couple, during that span since Jimmy Johnson. And now all of a sudden we're not winning those. You have to actually look at this and say, as I was pointing out before, we had CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper together 1 year together. That's about the only time we had a really good number 2 wide receiver. Most teams, they're looking to get at least 2 outstanding wide receivers, if not more, and a great tight end. We ain't had a great tight end play. I'm going to honestly say Jason Witten in 2016, maybe. We haven't had anybody over 820 yards as a tight end where you looked and said, that's a Gronk. That's a George Kittle. That's a Kelsey, a security blanket. We don't have those guys. We don't have the number 2 wide receivers. We get CeeDee Lamb, 1,200, 1,300, 1,700 yards, and then the next guy is 600. Would you believe how lopsided we are that the best wide receiver yardage, 22, 23, and 24, was Brandon Cooks with 667 yards. Noah Brown was our number 2 wide receiver in 22 with 555 yards. And Jalen Tolbert was last year. Jalen Tolbert, who would have some good games. But then would just disappear. Jalen Tolbert should be your number 3 wide receiver. If he's your second best option, you are so far behind everybody else. And don't get me started on the running game, where we couldn't run the football for more than 65 yards. 65 yards. And to put that in perspective, here's the thing that's funny is when we talk about a 1,000-yard rusher. To be a 1,000-yard rusher, all you got to do is rush for 60 yards a game. 60 yards a game for 17 games. And we were barely doing that on a regular collectively as a team. To go through here, and as we sit here and we say, we need help at wide receiver, we need help at running back, we need help at offensive line, we need help at cornerback, we need help at safety, we need help at defensive line. This is the same thing that Jerry Jones did last year to Mike McCarthy and say, basically, it's Super Bowl or bust, and we're going to let 9 starters go and not replace them. How am I supposed to win without that? How am I supposed to win without having a number 2 wide receiver and a capable running back and a security blanket wide receiver? Oh, and a good offensive line. Come on, man. I'm glad. You know what? Everybody's entitled to opinion. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that anybody is going to change their opinion. Either you like Dak Prescott and you believe in him, or you hate him and you want him replaced by anybody. Well, take a look around, people. There ain't a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Although you can get Aaron Rodgers. You can get it. Well, actually, you can talk to Aaron Rodgers. But then again, he's probably in the solitude of darkness there, smoking or doing some magic mushrooms there, trying to figure out if he's going to play or not. Because the Steelers, they're still sitting around waiting and waiting and waiting, and may end up holding the damn bag, waiting on frickin' 41-year-old, Aaron Rodgers. Sometimes this shit is just crazy.